When the Raptors came to Oakland last night, they were on the second of a back-to-back, having blown out the Clippers in LA the night before. So I suppose it was natural for the Warriors to just assume the Raps would lay down and die for them, especially with Kawhi Leonard as a late scratch from the lineup. But when two great teams play each other, oftentimes one run can decide the game. And that's what happened early in the first quarter, as Toronto hit them with an 18-2 stretch, and the Warriors essentially never recovered. With this perfectly executed low post split, watch as Durant slips the flare screen for Klay, sucks Ibaka in to rotate, and finds Looney for the strong finish. But that was the last bucket they'd get for a while. Fred VanVleet is at the top of my favorite players list, and he gets the steal because he keeps his hand up. Lowry pushes into a 4-on-2, and there is no hope for the defense as Danny Green sets and fires for three. The Raptors are 7th in defensive rating with all sorts of length and athleticism, and Siakam just erases a surefire 2 points at the rim, and in transition on the way back, if it were me, I would have rewarded the effort with the ball back to him, which would have led to either a layup or a wide open three in the corner, but Ibaka is having a season, folks, and while the Warriors are happy to give up this long contested two, he nails it. Draymond got into the act with his spin move and obvious offensive foul. When he complained a bit too bitterly, he got teed up by the ref. This hurt the Warriors in two ways. He had to go to the bench with a second foul, and it gave the Raptors an extra free throw. Coming back down, the Raptors get caught out of position defensively, forcing Lowry to switch onto KD off the quick drag screen. They get very lucky this shot didn't go down, as it's just about a sure thing when Durant shoots this. The Warriors play this pick and pop perfectly, since they know Ibaka is shooting 28% from beyond the arc. In fact, the miss is so bad, it helps the Raptors, as it goes to VanVleet, who makes a great save to Green. The only problem was when the shot was taken, Bell had no reason to fly out and contest and then try and leak out to get a cherry-picked layup. As a result, no one picks Ibaka up until it's too late, and he does a little ballet move to get around KD for the finger roll. This pick and roll was well defended by Klay and Bell, and it was Klay's job to switch onto Ibaka and prevent the pass. But instead, for some reason, he goes to block Lowry's shot, and Ibaka is able to pick it up and get free throws. Unclear why KD doesn't hit Klay Thompson on the slice cut off a Curry screen, but this flows nicely into an attack out top for Curry. Check the great hands by VanVleet to knock this ball loose and causes Curry to lose his footing and the ball. Great up-court pass by Lowry to zip it to Siakam, and I'm simply not sure how he finished this layup so softly at that speed. Wow. We'll talk about the three-point shooting of the Warriors in a minute, but this is a good example. Excellent execution of the Klay-KD pick and roll with a triangle offense setup on the weak side, which occupied Lowry enough so he didn't sink and fill to Jerebko until late. Now, three players collapse to the ball, and it's a guaranteed wide-open shot, but one that Klay cannot hit. Next time down, Toronto forces the mismatch with Klay guarding Ibaka down low. I don't completely mind helping one pass away by Bell down low here, but only if KD is awake and rotates over to the shooter. He is 2 seconds late recognizing it, and VanVleet splashes. On the quick attack, Curry gets a great look, but it's the dreaded long 2-point shot and barely misses it, and the Raptors push the ball quick. Great recovery to stop the Green layup, so they reset the ball back out top in Lowry's hands. With the cross match of Bell on him, he opts to isolate on top and see what he can create. The Gallup dribble gets him right to the hoop, and a series of fakes finally gets Bell in the air. Lowry draws contact and gets the hoop as well. Now let's discuss the three-point shooting of the Warriors and whether the Raptors did much to force them into a 6-for-26 night. On the season, when the Warriors shoot 37% or less from three, they are 3-9, which makes sense since their defense is only ranked 16th this year, meaning they'll need hot shooting to overcome their ineffectiveness stopping the ball. On this low post split, Green is slow to react to the flare screen, and normally when you let Klay catch the ball like this, it's considered a wide open shot for him. That said, he's shooting the lowest percentage of his career. Green gets a little contest in there, and it misses. while the initial rotation was spot on. Check VanVleet in the corner. However, the Warriors continue moving the ball, and it results in the best shot they could possibly generate, but the Raptors get lucky with the miss. Curry continues to show how important it is to drive, kick, then sprint to the corner for a shot. This is a relatively open shot as well, but credit VanVleet's supreme effort to fly by, and it's another miss. VanVleet does get stuck helping too far over, giving McKinney, who's scorching at 45%, an open look from the wing, and they dodge another bullet. Valanciunas got stuck on Klay, and finally, some really good defense on a three-point shot forces a miss as the shot clock wound down. Anunoby gets caught behind a pin down on the weak side, and they again give Klay a wide-open look on the catch, but he's short by a few inches. With Draymond shooting 21% from three, this is exactly what JV should do, and that brick is the result we all expected. In semi-transition, they caught Anunoby slow getting back, then flying by for the attempted steal, giving Quinn Cook a wide-open shot. He's shooting 43% from behind the arc, and the Raptors get lucky again. Jerebko is an above-average shooter, and he gets an open catch in transition. His two-motion shot is slow to get off, and Lowry can get there to contest nicely, and it bricks. Watch how much room Siakam gives Green, clearly part of the game plan, and Draymond is happy to oblige with another miss. This is the most common sideline out-of-bounds play the Warriors run, yet the Raptors botched it badly. Lowry thought they were switching, Siakam thought they were staying, and if not for Danny Green, Curry would have been able to lick his thumb and check the wind, he was so open. Maybe a little bit of a foul in there as there's contact on the release and Curry can't get it to fall. Back in transition, Siakam is lost, and CJ Miles didn't realize he should switch off of Jerebko and find his man, who happens to be Quinn Cook, a really good shooter, and this is as open a shot as you're gonna see all year long. At the end of the half, the Raptors again botched their transition defense. Nobody picks up Klay in the corner, wide open three, and he's off by several inches. Early in the third, in transition, Curry gets another wide-open three on the wing, and it was just one of those nights for the Warriors, I guess. Now they were starting to press, and VanVleet does a much better job to not only get to Looney first, but then to contest the Curry three, and this fourth shot doesn't fall either. Clearly pressing, the Warriors run a double pin down for Klay, which gets KD an open catch on the wing. This type of closeout doesn't do much to a good shooter, but KD bricks this shot long. Double ball screen flows nicely into a reversal and posts up for KD, triggering a split for Curry and Bell. Serge is caught unawares, even though it's the play the Warriors run the most often. Curry is wide open, but just plain misses. At this point, the Raptors must feel like Neo dodging bullets in the Matrix. Not even sure why they get a hand up on Draymond's threes at this point, but they're more than happy to help off of him and give up the shot. At this point, the game was over, and KD gets another open look. However, Siakam gets his fingers right next to Durant's ear, and that's got to bother a shooter. The story of the game for the Raptors was the much-needed resurgence of Kyle Lowry. Perhaps he was extra motivated by the absence of Kawhi, but when he's aggressive in creating shots for himself and others, the Raptors are hard to beat. They run the loop for him as he gets three screens around the baseline, and it's blown up by auto-switching. However, this leads to a mismatch, and while the Warriors are happy to give up a contested 18-footer like this, Lowry says, "Thank you very much." A similar action by Danny Green doesn't get them anywhere, so they run their default Lowry-Ibaka pick and roll. Great defense by Klay, greater offense by Lowry. The Raptors beat the Warriors in fast break points 25-12. And here's Lowry pushing it to collapse the defense before pitching it to Siakam, and check the beauty of a left-right jump off both feet in rhythm up and over Bell. Valanciunas sets the high ball screen, and check the stutter step hesitation that fakes the shot, gets Lowry right by Looney, and then the off-foot layup to beat KD to the hoop for 2 free throws. Here's a nice baseline out of bounds play. Just watch Valanciunas. Back screens the cutter to the hoop, then cross screens the second cutter to the corner. He's supposed to get a back screen himself from Siakam, but doesn't need it since he's so open, and Lowry throws a decent pass, and JV knows what to do with it. Another quick drag screen from JV catches the defense behind. Klay is slow picking up the roll man, and that's all the room Jonas needs. These two hook up yet again in the two-man game, and this time it's Valanciunas doing most of the work to earn Lowry that assist. This was all sorts of screwy to start, as both Green and Miles wanted to cut to the same spot, but they get it sorted out as Green does not rotate over to help like he should, and Ibaka rumbles straight down the lane for a big dunk. After that missed Curry 3 we saw, watch how they push it again in transition, and this time, Green is able to get great position behind Curry, nice find to see this pass over KD by Lowry, and Green gets another fast break bucket. Having VanVleet and Lowry together is a potent duo, as it lets Lowry get off ball and be more of a threat as an off guard. You can see the value in their net rating, and even though Livingston is in decent position, it doesn't matter, as Lowry sticks it in his eye from 4 feet behind the line. I wouldn't normally recommend this, an isolation off a switch on Draymond Green. Lowry was feeling it at this point, they had a nice lead, so why not 7 dribble ISO into a long 2 right in front of the three-point line in his face? By the time the second half came around, the Warriors didn't seem to have much energy. A simple pin down for VanVleet, simple pass from Lowry, open shot in the catch, splash. Here's VanVleet running the show and Lowry as the off guard. And you think Kevin Durant really wants to be in this game? Looney literally has to push him to get him in position. Lowry instantly breaks the defense down, KD is wandering instead of moving in the direction of the ball, and another dime for Lowry, another dunk for Ibaka. The Warriors tried KD on Lowry to shut him down, but a simple ball screen forces the switch, and the drive on Jerebko gets him a step, but I'm still not sure how he got this off and in the hoop. More defensive issues for the Warriors. Curry thinks KD is going to switch onto the ball, KD backs away, and it's a good bounce pass and creative finish on the other side. The Raptors were just trying to finish this off early in the fourth. The long rebound comes back to Moose, who knocks Jerebko over. Notice how long it takes for Jerebko to get back on his feet. Just enough time to find the wide open Lowry for the 3. Another offensive rebound allows the Raptors to set it up out on top, but remember the shot clock only resets to 14 now. To add insult to injury, Toronto runs the very same play the Warriors have made their bread and butter, the low post split, and when Lowry got this layup off of a backdoor cut rejecting the screen, everyone knew it was over. For the Raptors to be able to do this on the road, second of a back-to-back without Kawhi, tells me they're the best team in the East and have a ticket punched up for the NBA Finals this year. And who knows? Maybe the Warriors have shot all their bullets after so many straight years in the finals. With the Raptors' talent, they could take advantage and bring the title to the Great White North. Sports fans, make sure to hit the subscribe button and adjust your settings so you can get notified immediately when we drop another great NBA video. Let us know how you feel with a thumbs up and a comment. After all, at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?